Hi, my name is Kaylee Conklin, and today I'll be making bread with a lower carb content and a higher protein content. And I will be making that bread and also explaining the recipe behind the bread. So before we start, there are some sanitary items to discuss. In order to keep less bacteria growth, I've kept the items that need to be refrigerated in the refrigerator, which is the milk and the egg whites. And the reason we're using baking powder for this recipe is because there's nothing acidic in the ingredient list already. And we need that extra acidity to combine and react with the sodium bicarbonate to create CO2, and therefore make bubbles in the dough. Okay, so to save time, I already mixed the dry ingredients in a bowl. So in this is 1/2 cup of whey protein. I use Optimum Nutrition cinnamon graham cracker. Also, there's 1 tablespoon of oats, 1/4 cup of buckwheat flakes, 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, what we talked about earlier, and then 1 teaspoon of sea salt. So now that we have the dry ingredients all mixed in a bowl, we are going to start mixing them. So we're going to put the mixer together and put this extension on. Alright, so we're going to put our dry ingredients in the bowl. And then we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree. And then we have 5 egg whites already separated from the yolks. And then we have 1/2 cup of almond milk. All right. And then we're going to mix that until it gets to the right consistency. So we're going to start on low. And you know when you're finished when you get that doughy consistency. Turn it up a little. You don't want any of the lumps in there. Turn it up a little more. That's starting to get the lumps out. Okay. Alright, we're going to take. Now we're done using the electronic mixer. So we're going to take it out and we're going to mix it by hand for a little just to make sure all the lumps are out. So you can see there's still some lumps, and we're going to scrape the sides. Okay, and it's getting to the right consistency, so we're going to stop. Okay. Now we're going to use some vegetable oil and oil up the pan just so it doesn't stick. And then pour our dough in. And then the clumps you see, there's some of, they're not really clumps. They're actually oats and then the buckwheat flakes. So, but it may look clumpy, but it's really not. So yeah, and then now we've already preheated the oven to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna put this in for about 40 minutes. And once you know it's done is when you can stick a knife in and it comes back out clean. So I guess we'll see when it's in. So before I put it in the oven, I just wanted to show you guys. You can even see some of the CO2 bubbles starting to form. You can see little bubbles. That is the reaction of our baking powder, the sodium bicarbonate, and the acidic and the moisture, which is creating carbon dioxide bubbles, and that's what makes it rise. That's why it's a leavening agent. So, okay, so 40 minutes later, and the bread is done, and it turned out how it was supposed to. If you want to look, that's how the full loaf looked. Kind of still low, but it did rise a little. And what we're looking at here, you can see the bubbles that the carbon dioxide formed from forming inside of the recipe. So, thank you for watching.